Here we go again. Yeah, I don't really know about this one, boys. It's another Netflix live action adaptation. What a great time. I mean, if history's taught us anything, is that these are a massive success, as usual. And looks like this one sets sail on August 31st on Netflix. What a great time that is. If anybody hasn't checked out the trailer already, I mean, not to spoil anything, I kind of wanted to go over what I thought of it. It's kind of mid. I mean, like Luffy and like the boys are in it. You got the Straw Hat gang, and you get to see some other individuals in there. But as far as the I mean, it's just looking like another live action adaptation. I don't know what else you want me to say. If you look at the past, I mean, you're condensing down such a large story of One Piece. I mean, albeit a fuck ton of its filler episodes, but there's like 1,000 plus episodes, 1,200 plus episodes. I don't even know what it's at anymore. I stopped watching after like 800 because I had to like get out of bed. It's such a long show, and you're condensing it down into a season of 12 episodes. And I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm not trying to be doomer mode, but it's like, if the past has taught us anything, is like, these don't work. I mean, just some of the action scenes alone, it's like the CGI would have to be so insane. And it's like, there's things you can make an animated figure do that you cannot make a human body do, right? And when you do make a human body do it, it looks weird as fuck. It's like when AI generates a hand and the finger is coming out of like your wrist. It's the craziest stuff. It feels weird to watch, right? But it doesn't feel weird on an animated creation. Things they did good in this trailer, right? I think they did great with capturing the tone of the characters. They had that like kind of silly humor. They had that. It definitely had that like oceany, piratey theme. Just like a couple of boys setting sail, like in the trailer. But and the actual set itself, I do think they must have spent some kind of money on that, because it's like you got the ships. They have some CGI in there, and the CGI actually doesn't look absolutely terrible, but it does look weird, like I was kind of describing before. So they got a lot of that in there, which kind of, just for entertainment purposes, I think it's going to be enjoyable in that sense. But the thing I can compare this to story-wise is like, does anybody remember that Dragon Ball movie? Like, do you remember the hot turd that was? I mean, let's honestly think about it. Like, Dragon Ball at the time, like, was probably like 15, 20 years old when that movie was made. And albeit it wasn't a season, it was one movie, so it was even more hot garbage. But I thought I was having a fever dream that entire movie. It was the shittiest thing I've ever seen, truly. So, am I saying that this is that bad? No, this one has a little bit more budget behind it, and I think, for the most part, it's going to be a nice watch. But I think that's all it's going to be. It's going to be a forgettable, nice watch. And I think it's going to be a one-timer, and you're done with it, but it's not going to be like, wow, we need to start turning all these animes into live action. Once again, this is an exact reason. Like, that's what I'm trying to ask you, is why? What are we doing here? Like, we know it doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. We have so many past examples, and the examples that actually are successful, do you even remember them? I don't. I for one don't. It's never affected, and I watch a lot of weeb shit. I watch a lot of anime, and none of them have been like, wow, like, I'm going to go back and watch that. So, the action sequence inside of here was actually pretty decent. Like I said, they had the CGI. Luffy did his fucking arm thing. It was pretty sick. Once again, looking very bizarre, because nobody wants to look like Captain Armstrong in real life that it just doesn't translate well to the real world. And that's kind of what I'm getting to, is like the reason these don't work is it's not, for the creative effort or the work put behind the actors or any of that or the story. It's the things done in anime, the actions, the fighting, the story itself does not translate well to the real world. And when we get down to it, that's really what anime was made for, is an escape from the real world. So it's like we're trying to bring that escape back into the real world, but it was never made for that. I don't know. Check it out. As far as I don't know. Like, my lips are pretty dry watching this. I had to use some chapstick after, so I mean, I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. It's a mixed bag for sure, as usual with these things. We'll check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel on this thing. Good luck.